y'all want to start an engine up, if this let's do a little talking, and if this takes 2 episodes, then so be it. To throw a running engine in here in amongst this baling wire engine that we're working on. This engine right here, oh yeah, I brought the voltmeter out there to confirm that the battery had the voltage in it. Don't be on the assumption just because you used the battery last week and it had voltage in it that it's good to go today. Confirm it on the get-go. This engine right here was the engine that was on the trailer. You can go back on the videos, going backwards, and find the one, the first starting of the baling wire series. This engine was on that trailer, and it had a head on it that was primered. Supposed to have got this engine running that day. Got started on the baling wire engine, and you all know where that fiasco has led to. So what I've done here, and most everything I have done on this engine, you can go back through the videos that's up now and find out how I did what I done. But we put new valves and valve guides. You know, we made the valves and everything. We got the head off of another engine so it would match the patina of the engine itself. It does have some, we'll do a walk around, remnants on the decals. It was well worth preserving in the state that it's in. It was all complete. This is the way that the son bought this engine here. I think on the show grounds he got a lead and bought it, and you know, it needed run. But I thought I might go ahead and you know, get it under construction and just show you them rings right there is stuck fast. Now let's get a close-up on them rings right there. Now we're looking at them rings up close there. As you can see, they are actually a little bit below the piston itself, stuck fast in the groove. The piston looks kind of, you know, it's a little on the cruddy side. We may even put another piston in there, but I'm going to drag that out there, put some new rings in there, hone the cylinder out, and we're going to get this one running. Now looking at that piston, it's kind of shiny on the bottom there. The rings, as you can see, they are slash cut. One of them's trying to give way there that I pulled it out. Well, that's probably some carbon blow-by right there. When we set the rings right, that will I'll clean that up before I put that back in there to get it like that right there. But the easiest way to get them rings out of there, and you know what? Some guys tells me, says just clean them rings and put them right back in there. It'll be all right. You ain't gonna use that engine for nothing but run it. But I'll tell you what, it seems to me like wasted time now that I've got this out of here, and I'm going to clean that up to a very clean condition to put them rings right back in there. But the video now is, you know, them rings cost you about $8 a piece. You know, that's pretty cheap to put a new ring in there. Then you know that you got good compression. And compression is not blow-by. Do not confuse blow-by or do not induce blow-by by taking a ring off in order to lower the compression. That's not what compression is. Compression is the pressure on between the head and the piston. Compression ratio. Well, let's get on with this right here and not get off on another side trip. You know, just spray that down with your favorite penetrating lubricant, fluid, oil, whatever designation you like to use. Spray it down right there, and I like to use just a regular old hammer handle and just beat wherever you see that start coming loose right there. Okay, you want to follow that right on around. Once you get one of them moving, follow it right on around. Oh yeah, we got 2 of them. Y'all see that? Now that other one there ain't moved at all. We'll get her though. Let's spray that down again. Yeah, that's going to be a... Well, it's not tight. Oh, you'll find some of them there that won't get off of there at all. But I think we're going to... A good wood hammer hound. Good piece of oak. We'll get her moving. And I'll tell you, if you are of the inclined to try to save one of these rings, and you start prizing on it, you know, sometimes you lose the ring there. Okay, I see a little movement on that third one down there. Y'all see that? Not much. Actually, to put in new rings, oh, we got her now. Look at her. Hot dog, it don't take much to keep a country boy happy. Whew. Oh, I hear at 6:30 here on the east coast of Arkansas. That's at 6:30. I believe that there's eastbound, best I can tell. Let's get on with this piston. Don't be distracted by the train. Oh, yeah. Y'all see that? Oh, it moved. Look at her. Now, this is not to be. This is not to be showing you how to use a old set of rings again. Oh, them rings right there. You know, they don't look too bad. They probably could be. They don't look bad at all. They're slice cut. That's original rings. So, but I'm gonna put new ones in here. Don't be. Now I'll get them off of there. Oh, they feel good. And I can look down in that groove right there and see that looks pretty good down in there. That bottom one down there. I believe a wire brush will be all it's need. But I'll disassemble this, clean up the wrist pin, everything. Clean the piston. I'm going to go ahead and use this piston back in this engine. One thing that I did discover when I took this apart, the rod cap was upside down on this engine. So somebody had that out at one time before. Now, this tool right here, some of y'all may own one of these, but it's a it's got one of them there catches in there that gets that thing up there, and it's got these things right here that corresponds to the size of that piston groove in there. And what you do when you get that thing out of there, you put your piston in yonder and put that little thing down in that groove there, and it's supposed to clean that out. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of them, that's like the second most useless tool was ever built. One of them things right there. You know, I've had several of them through the years, and I have never found one that I needed to use. But that's what that is there, just kind of show and tell. A piston ring groove cleaner. Now this don't cut a ring groove, it just cleans them. And if you're not careful, it does have a cutting action, and it will cut it a little bit deeper, and that's not good. So it's just, you know, hang it on the wall if you've got one. Hang this thing on the wall, and that way you'll say that you got one. Let's get on to something else now. This is a set of rings right here that I took off of this piston. This is a set of rings that I took off the last engine I took apart. And this right here, that's them new rings we're going to put on this engine right here. They're straight cut, real good ring. We'll talk about rings a little bit later, maybe. As you can see, the ones that we took off of there, I didn't put the micrometer to them, but they are quite usable. And I'll use these rings again. Don't be misled, just not on this engine. And these rings right here, you can see that they're really thin. This ring would not be a usable ring. It's just too thin. And I know you're going to say, well, you can put a spacer behind it, you can put a piece of tin or something around through yonder, and I've encountered all of that, and, you know, I don't buy it. So I'm going to put the new rings on here, and I do just use 3 feeler gauges, slide them on there and be done with it. So let's get that done.